All right, so we start level 1. You can see our level here, 250 HP. You start the run, you get to choose one of 3 items. Now, the issue, in my opinion, is that these items are not golden and they sell for 2. Where this item is bigger and sells for 4. So I would definitely want these to sell for 4 and give them an enchantment that doubles their gold earning. That would be my change, personally. But whatever. So cannon has ammo. So there's only 2 shots and then it's done. Switchblades just deals 30 every 8 seconds, so it's a little slow, but adjacent weapons will get stronger. I don't have any. And lighter is 3 seconds, so it's very fast. It burns for 2, which isn't that much. So that's like the issue here. It's fast, but it doesn't burn for that much. So I think I'll go cannon here. Okay. So if we took the lighter, this makes it a lot better. Your rightmost burn has +8, so that would make it a little bit better. So iron sharpens iron. You can give your weapons permanent damage, or you can go for your weapons have 12 damage. I would say if you have iron sharpens iron is usually better, because it will, as long as you're keeping your weapons on the board, it will be the same after 2 days, and your max, like the fastest you can play is 10 days. So scaling like this is pretty good. So you can either take this or you can take this and try to like lean into burn. However, burn is kind of tough to make really strong in my opinion. I like playing burn, but I've played it a lot and it just doesn't always really work out for you. So probably just gonna go for the iron sharpens iron here. It's a little bit simpler. So we can sell weapons, we can go strange mushrooms. So at the start of the days you get 3 events to choose from. Usually like a shop, an event thing, and then something random. So you can get a small item. This one doesn't cost you money, or you can like spend money to buy particular items that you want. I think I want to find particular items that I want, especially since I have iron sharpens iron. The items I get, I might want to keep and can be really strong. So we have a pretty good item here, throwing knives. When you crit, you can use this. It has a pretty nice build where you can infinitely use this a lot or so. So there's some potential here. Katana is okay. But it is what's the word? It is medium, right? So it does take a lot of space, and I am probably playing the cannon as well. So you could like buy the katana and then play it instead and have this scale up, and eventually it'll be okay. But a lot of times, these do scale a lot better in my opinion. And then this used to be really good, but now it's a 10-second skill, which is very slow, right? 10 seconds means that it has to like win the game, and a lot of times it does okay, but I wouldn't say it like necessarily wins the game these days. So it's fallen out of favor in my opinion. We're gonna roll here. We've got connection issues, something very common to this game currently, but we'll see if we can get back in. So if I were to give like any main criticism, it would definitely be the connection issues, but yeah, the game is fun. So we could like meme and take more, what's it called? Take more ammo stuff. The issue with ammo stuff is you run out of ammo and you lose, right? You have no more damage. Or we could just take the pedrock. It does give you crit if it's the only friend. This is very easy if you're playing aggressive build for this to be your only friend. So you can get some crit chance. If you level it up, it'll be a lot higher. So you have 2 choices. You could take the bola just to have a little bit of extra burst damage and a slow, or you could take the pedrock for some crit, which is pretty good because crit does trigger the knives, and it doesn't have ammo as well. So that sometimes is also fairly relevant. So we're gonna take the pedrock here. Don't have money to buy the other one. All right, so we're starting the fight here. So at the midday, right? So usually the arrow will be here, but you're essentially at the bottom day. You get to choose one of 3 enemies to fight. So usually the left is the easiest, the right is the hardest. Usually the right, except for the first day, gives you more experience. But the first day they all give you 1. But afterwards they'll start giving you 2 or 3. So usually the right one will be the hardest. And they have different rewards. After you win a fight, you'll get one reward from that PvP encounter. Now, if you're new, you're not going to know what items they have to give you. What you can do is look them up. There's a couple of online resources Particularly, there is a Google Docs that is pretty easy to find. Exclamation mark cheat sheet, I think. I should probably put that in the title now that I'm mentioning it. To have links to some of these resources. So let me actually change my title and put that in there too. So here, the first day, for some specific builds, like there are some like fire enemies that you might want to fight. Here, it doesn't really matter too much. We're gonna go for the Fang. Sometimes the Fang is pretty good, but you could also say go for the Kimono because there's a chance you get 2 gold from the reward. So you have a couple of a little bit of options here, but nothing too major. I don't think you can really go super wrong either way. So I think I'm actually gonna go here because the pelts also sell for 2 gold, and there's a higher chance you get a pelt. So both are fine. That time stats refers to how frequently that item is used in combat, right? Yes. And combat is time-based in general, yes. So, 4 seconds it will fire, 3 seconds it will fire, 5 seconds it will fire. So this I can sell for 2 gold, so that's not bad. So these sell non-weapon items. Right now we can't really level, so this is basically our board for now. We could look for a skill here. A lot of the Vanessa skills are a little bit aggressive, give you like 5 crit or a little bit more crits, things like that. So poison is very strong. If you can add poison to your build, it's pretty good to do. So we can either add 3 more damage, or we can add potential poison later on. Now, not poison right now, but later on, and it's always good to like add that in if it's available. So I'm definitely down. I think they should change this to be +2. So the smallest version should be 3 gold and not 1, but they had the right idea. We're not gonna go for items because we don't have a lot of gold, but we're gonna go for chocolate bar. It's gonna give us a little bit of health. So you get 5 of different tiers. This one will give you 10 per, 15 per, I think, and 20 per. So here, you pick this up, you get these chocolate bars you can sell for 10 max health, but you get 5, so you get 50 health here. So sometimes relevant. So we'll go here. Hopefully we want to burst our opponent down here. Hopefully he has 250 HP, no shielding, and we can maybe burst him. So he has a little bit of shielding, which sucks. So I don't know if we're gonna have enough to burst him now, but we'll see. Maybe we do. Maybe we still do. It doesn't look like it though. I think we're gonna be slightly out of it. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, just not enough damage at the end. Needed maybe a crit or a little bit more damage. But yeah, that's the issue with the ammos. You do run out, so they're good. They're good if you can get some ammo synergies, but if you don't have them or they're low level, then they kind of fall off a little bit. These are okay. Don't know if I'm super interested in like committing. Bayonet is probably reasonable, but then again, it's not super. Nothing it jumps out to me as being like fantastic. Shark Claws though is pretty good, so you could also take the money, but I'm down to have a Shark Claw in my inventory. It's very quick, 4 seconds, and it scales your weapons. This one's okay if you want money. To be fair.
Go make some more stories. Come back and tell me.
So you can add 8 damage, you can get a weapon, or you can upgrade your aquatic, which would be my Shark Claws. I'm kind of okay with upgrading my Shark Claws here. So here I could take 1 EXP, or I could get an aquatic item. Our board's kind of full, so I'm not super like focused on getting more items, so I'll just take the free EXP here. Right now we're not super strong here. I don't think we can beat the scrapper, so it's probably going to be the Tent City Mayor. The Tent City Mayor does scale, but now we have scaling as well because we have this Shark Claws which will scale itself. So We don't have a ton of damage, but I think we have enough here, so we'll see. How does win-loss work here, as in we lost the combat, we keep playing? Oh, right. We start with 20 health, essentially. It's called, the health is prestige. So every day you'll fight at the end of the day. If you lose the fight, you'll lose health or prestige equal to the day. So we started at 20, we lost the first fight, now we have 19. So let's say we lose again, we'll go down to 17. So you can actually lose like the first like 5-6 days without really losing. And if you go down to 0 health, you'll go back up to 1, and you'll have this final chance where they'll give you like a little bonus to actually win out the rest of the day. So you actually have quite a lot of time, even if you lose the first couple, to find a working build. So how much does sell for 2? So we don't have a lot of money or resources here. I'll go for more free health here. Then here I think I will take the mushroom. So what I could do is take the mushroom, take it for EXP, and then that'll give me a level, and then maybe with the level I can find I can like get a weapon or something, and I think that's a little bit better than the skill in this particular case. It'll give me more health and I can get a weapon, or I can get more ammo. They're both good options. I think get a weapon is probably better here, but the ammo is not a bad consideration. Bayonet is okay. Not something super crazy, but yeah. So we're gonna scale it with the 4-second cooldown here. That keeps going, so it's actually quite a bit of extra damage in the context of this fight. Might be the difference maker. Do you keep the gold between days? Yes. So you have income, so you get 5 gold per day, but you can increase this. You can increase your gold income. So he's also at the same health or the same level as me, but we have a little bit of burst, a little bit more burst than he does, and the poison, I mean the burn was able to kill him, so we're able to get the win here. The ammo is a little bit more bursty than traditional weapons, so that's the advantage here. So we kill faster, but if we don't have enough damage, then we don't kill at all. So you have to be a little bit careful about that. Silver tier items can be good. We could also look for small or large items. I'm kind of down to look for silver tier items and see if we hit anything particularly good. Gunner would be nice. This is a new skill I haven't seen before, so they probably added it recently. So this would give us 5%, well, 4% crits. This would give us some burn. This would give us a little bit of damage. I think the little bit of damage is probably better. So Mountain Pass is pretty good. So early, even late, but you get 4 options here. One of the options is spend 1 gold to gain 2 income. So you know how we start with 5. This can turn it up to 7, and since we have like minimum like 9 more days, it's going to be like 20 gold over the course. You're spending 1 for like 20, maybe less if you lose, but that's the theory there. Eccentric, so you usually, unless you have this particular item you want to be getting from the others, you want to at least consider if you can beat the highest tier enemy. So this one is pretty aggressive. You have to be able to deal 70 damage. You have to be able to deal a lot of damage to beat this one. My only worry is that our damage runs out, and then he probably will be able to outlast us and kill us, because this enemy gains shielding, so it's hard to burst him if your damage runs out, because he'll eventually just gain shielding and outshield you. So it's a little bit rough. So I think I'll go for the safer option here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we would be able to beat the Eccentric.
Was that even a battle?
Alright, we got 4 gold essentially. This gives you heal, but there's not a lot of items that we'd play at the moment that we would heal with, so not super good. Sell large items. There are sometimes some good large items early, like maybe port or so. Port would actually be pretty good here. So we can take a look at this, see if we find something. Crow's Nest is also pretty good. Cove is also pretty strong early because it gives you economy. Because when you sell an item, you gain 1 gold value. So if you keep this for a while, you gain economy. It's definitely a consideration. It does mean I can't hit a port, so I won't have enough money, but I think it's fine to pick it up this early. Crow's Nest is also fairly good. You'll get 25% crit chance, and if you only have 1 weapon, which we don't, you'll get lifesteal. Right now the lifesteal isn't super relevant, but I think we're not gonna roll here. I think I'm gonna take an item over the health here, just cause I want to fill up the slot. Preferably, that item sucks, unfortunately, so we're not going to be using that. Oh, well, we leveled, okay, so we might be using that. So, we can get some EXP, we can get Aquatic, we can upgrade our shield, which would be the Cove, but the upgraded Cove does not do anything. I'm leaning just get another item. I want to fill our board with something playable. Yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best. You could argue the scrape on this is better here. Now you go up to 12. You could sell this and go up to 13. Gives us a little bit of defense. Nothing crazy, but yeah. We'll see if we have enough damage.
But I've seen my share of storms.
So he does have some defensive stuff, but they're very slow. 7 seconds and 8 and 14 seconds. So we probably just kill him before the shields are relevant. We've run out of our cannon, so that's a lot of our damage we lose, but we have enough. Okay. So he has some slow and some haste, but nothing too serious here. He's trying to do a poison build, but it's a little bit it's not online yet. He still has a little bit of pieces to work on. We could go for crit skills. We don't have a lot of crit right now, but we do want to increase our crit when we can. So usually the 4% crit chance is the safest one. Ammo items can be very good for us. There's a lot of good ammo stuff we could be picking up. Harpoon's pretty strong if you can scale it. Destroy a small item is just a very powerful thing to do. Is that worth buying? Maybe. What are the advantages for leveling? More slots, you also get more HP, and you also get the level up choices, which can be impactful, like upgrade the level of an item and so. Usually it's the level up choices and the health, but in the early game you also get more slots up to level 4 than you have max slots. I think I will consider the harpoon here. The revolver is also okay. Harpoon is one, like I've lost a harpoon quite often. Repeater is also quite strong. Can I get the repeater here? I definitely want it, so I think if I sell these two, I can do it. I'll have 11 gold, yeah, which is enough. Okay. So the nice thing about ammo weapons is when they level up, they get a lot stronger, which is the nicest part of their kit. I don't think we could beat Hydro dudes. Well, let's slow it down and see. So we have like 200 damage. So Hydro dude has how much does he have? He has 1400. Yeah, that's too much. Okay. We don't have a 1400 damage here. So we'll probably go for the Outlash Dwarver or the Retiree. I believe the Dwarver, the Dervish, just has cooldown reduction and a little bit of money. And then the Retiree has just healing items, which aren't super good for us. So probably gonna lean the cooldown reduction and a little bit of money.
We scorch like the desert sun.
This Naga looks so cool and they just call it Hydro Dude. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
The dunes favor you, Inlander. Pathetic.
So we got a weapon here. Not exactly what I was looking for, but it's okay. So we can work the docks. The nice thing about the docks is you get an item anyways and you get some money. So we can go here, and the item you can get is from any class. So we can get a weapon from any class. It's not the best, but yeah, it's something. Haste and charge skills can be good, but also not be relevant. Do I have enough, though? Don't know if I have enough. I might go for money. I might just go for spare change. Well, I don't know if that's true. I think I still take this. I just don't know if I have enough money. So we could go Oceanic Rush, which will haste this, actually. That's not bad. We could also go for the freeze, but we don't have a way to activate haste right now, so being able to haste this is like pretty decent. The only downside is late game I might not run the Shark Claw. So you're getting stronger for this particular fight, but maybe not for the future. But it's something to keep in mind because I can run a harpoon and then haste the harpoon. So it's actually probably still relevant. So I like it here. So we can upgrade our aquatic, upgrade our weapon. We probably want to upgrade our weapon. What weapon though? I'm thinking either the repeater or the throwing knives. I'm actually gonna check how much damage each of them does, real quick. So repeater would get 25 damage, which makes sense. And you have 6 shots, so 25 times 6, you'll get 150 damage. And then the daggers we'll just get what's it called? Throwing knives. It's not daggers at all. The dagger will get 45 damage times 3, which is also like 135. So they're both kind of high, but this is a little bit higher. So I'm down to upgrade the weapon here.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
Yeah, we'll keep the Shark Claw. And this looks pretty decent for now. Pygmalions are scary because they have a lot of health if they build towards it. So ammo builds that run out like ours do can be pretty bad because if they can live through the burst, they can kill us. And this is the type of build that can live through the burst. We'll see if we're bursty enough, but you know, who knows. It's not looking good for us. Yeah. We're so close. But yeah, that's the issue here. So something like a port, which can recharge our ammo, could be pretty good for us right now, since that That's one of our main issues. Or like a gunner. Gunner skill would also be pretty good. Some ammo stuff could also be pretty good, so we'll go check the ammo items once we reconnect. Are there many tags like aquatic? Yes. You can build around tags for sure. So Kobolds are OP in the Bazaar too. They are. They honestly are. I would agree. Double barrel can be strong. Gray shop's okay too. These aren't like necessarily what I'm looking for though. Yeah. Throwing dagger upgrade is solid.
Now this will inspire the crew.
Don't think I'm gonna buy either of these. The revolver is okay too. You could argue it's better than the bayonet, but it's not the end of the world either way. I'm gonna take the burn item over the other two because I don't have money, so going here doesn't really make too much sense. Give 3 burn is actually not it's somewhat relevant. If you can beat the Gordon, it's usually pretty good to deal with him. I'm gonna check the HP over here. So it's only 12k, which is very beatable, so we'll go for that. Do items upgrade when you find a copy? Yes, they'll upgrade when you find a copy of the same tier. There are some ways to generate items, and if you generate the same item, it will not upgrade. But if you find them in shops and stuff, then usually those will upgrade. Yes.
I could use a strong arm like yours.
See that flank? Walk it.
So weapons or gold tier skills. Gold tier skills cost 12. So this is a lifesteal with 3-second lifesteal. It's like kind of okay. I think it's probably better than this already. So we can go for gold tier skills or we can just go for weapons. I think I'm gonna go for the tier skills. Ooh, so we can get 5 damage every time, or we can slow an item. So just add slow. Since we have a lot of ammo usage, you'll just add a ton of slow to their build. Or we can get a little bit more damage. It's still early that this is kind of a consideration. Yeah, I think it's early enough. So we get to upgrade our leftmost. Probably just gonna continue upgrading the repeater here. Could also upgrade the knives. What does the Bouthless Fang upgrade to? Don't usually run this. Just 10 more damage. Not something particularly good. Yeah, we'll work at the docks here. Maybe pick up a weapon still. This is pretty good. It's like six gold or so. It's more than that, honestly, because you have the cove. And I'm okay with our current build. Once again, connection issues. Fortunately, we're getting right back in. We've had some days where the servers would be down. This is kind of falling off a little bit. And I do wonder if it's better to just run the harpoon here. If I had gunner, this is a no-brainer. If I had like an extra ammo, but one is a little slow. And I do need to have like insurance in case we fall off. So I'm going to continue using it, but I'm considering the harpoon here. So we're just trying to be aggressive. We saw against the Pygmalion that we didn't have enough, but these usually are, yeah, they're basically us. Does he deal more damage than we do? Is the question. The question is close. Very close. So just a burst off here. We barely get there.
You move in straight line.
Barely get there, but yeah. So once again, there's another mountain pass. We can increase our income with this. Gonna go for it. So Deadly Duel, you fight a monster, which is quite nice because you get the item, you get the EXP. It's quite a good thing to pick up when you see it, as long as you're like confident you can win the fights and whatnot. Which, you know, we should be able to. Harpoon would break all his board. Yes, but we only have one use of the harpoon, so it doesn't matter if it breaks all his board. It just breaks one item, which isn't super good. And you have iron sharpens iron. That's true. And I have iron sharpens iron, which is also fantastic. So this is a pretty good item. Your weapons will gain damage for each medium item you have. We are currently running 3 of them. So like theoretically, if I were to run this here, everything would get 40 damage, which is a lot. Which is a lot, to be fair. You could technically put this over here and just run something like this. This is honestly better, right? I'm kind of down for this. It's basically this without the hassle, right? You just get 30 damage flat, where this has to attack like 6 times. I kind of see the appeal here. I'm gonna go for the Weeper. We should be pretty strong, actually. Do items upgrade when you... yeah, when you level and all that stuff, yeah. Yeah. So this has helped a lot, actually, giving us quite a bit of damage.
Pathetic, as spineless as a jellyfish.
Gonna sell this here. So get an ammo, you gain 7 damage to all your weapons, you gain friend, you get a burn, you upgrade your aquatic. So it's either 7 damage to our weapons, or it's get an ammo, or it's get some loot items. The loot items can be pretty good. It also, the loot items are pretty good sometimes, and they give you money as well. Alright, a little bit more connection issues. On behalf of News, we appreciate you explaining the game. No problem. I usually do like a diluted version of this anyways, but yeah, here I'm doing everything for sure. So we're just gonna sell, get some money. When you sell that, you get 2 coins, so that's pretty good. I think I'm out of this as well because this is just a better version of what this is doing. So definitely gonna do that. And then we're gonna pick this. So you get 2 loot items. You have a friend. You get 2 additional loot items. So we do have a friend here with the Pedrock. So this will give us 4 items to choose from. So we got our 4. Got a shield. We've got increased damage. We've got burn. We've got cooldown reduction. So it's very nice because we have this cove still. So whenever you sell an item, you gain money. The burn can go on the cannoneer. The cooldown reduction will wait until we fight. And this damage probably goes on the repeater, if I'm to make a guess. Could also be the lifesteal, but I think the repeater more damage is a little bit better. And then this scrap most likely just goes on the cove, but it's probably irrelevant anyways. But still good to keep in mind. So we could go for some non-weapon items. We can still find something like port or so. There's some non-weapons that we'd be interested in. There's a port. Okay, so this is something worth considering. So this reloads all of your ammo items and charges them, and then your items have +1 max ammo. And at the start of the day, you'll get a small ammo item. So we can definitely consider doing something like that, right? We would say we're probably getting out of these 3 maybe. and then running a port. Now the issue here is that I think maybe I'd run a harpoon as well. So I'd maybe go harpoon ports plus these 3. And I think I don't know if it's better damage right now. Like right now this is way better damage. Just having the extra 40 is just a lot more damage. But the port is good to have, so I'm always gonna buy this port, I think. Either way, it gives you ammo items, so there's an appeal there. And we're gonna roll. We have some extra gold, so we'll just check and see if there's anything that jumps out to us. There is a turbo life preserver. Wow, haste is really nice. We don't need a cannonball with a port, but it's not a horrible idea. Could argue it's... you could argue it's better than the Pedrock, maybe. Yeah, maybe. So I'm going to sell this here. Just gonna get that out of the way. Don't know if I want to play Cannoneer because I have a port. The Turbo Life Preserver is cute, but if I'm going full aggression, it's not going to be what we're doing. So we're going to skip that. Weapons are nice. Also, skills are nice. I think right now we can afford to go skills. So let's take a look. So this is more poison. This is more damage a little bit. And then this is burn. You gain crit chance. We burn here, so it's not that bad, but not good either. I think I'm gonna reroll. I think we could find something better. So this one is particularly weird. I believe this is aquatic, right? Yeah. Where you're spending 6 gold to, when you win, you gain 3 gold back, right? So you're spending 6 gold, but you only gain money after the 3rd fight. I think money items should cost 0, like all of these. So it's a little bit weird, but yeah. We're not likely to run. Well, we actually could run double haste, right? We could run port and harpoon, and then they'd both be hasted, and that's actually not that bad. So I think I'm okay with that.
Now this will inspire the crew.
So there's 2 ways of going about it. I'm down to use this here. Well, yeah. So one line is just saying this is enough bursts to cover our tracks. The other line is saying time to add these functions. I think right now this is enough burst. We have a lot of burst here with the crook. The crook is very interesting in that if you can make it diamond, it's very, very good here. So they have a 2000 shield, which is a problem. Yeah. Now I don't know if we get through. Right, we're a lot slower now. We had 2000 burst, but not really for the second rotation, so a little bit sad here. I wonder if port gets us there. Port maybe gets us there, actually. Yeah. I think port would have gotten us here, or gotten us the win in a lot of cases, because we just continuously attack here with these.
Like my crew says at the bar, another round.
It's much bursty, but it is weaker into people that are not running, full burst as well. So I think we'll just run this for now. So we could look for weapons and look for different like ammo things, or we could just look for some haste and charge skills, which I'm okay with. So Captain's Charge is pretty good. Fury of Blows is also pretty good. Quick Freeze is also quite good. So when you use a weapon, you'll haste another weapon, which just means you can get very hasty. I think I'm pretty happy with it. So we could get more income here, or we could look for some bronze tier junk items. Right now, we're not super reliant on some bronze tier junks. So I'm kind of down for just more income. It's still pretty early in the game if the game goes long. So we can upgrade our weapon, or we can gain 5%. We can spend like 200 health, so it's 10% health to get 10 damage and 5 crit. It's very good on these, on the repeater and the throwing knives. It's less important on the cannon, but it's still not horrible. Or we could just upgrade our knives, but that's gonna happen regardless, so I think I'm okay with taking that. So Cosmic Rock has cooldown reduction, that's the main benefit, and then Treasure Turtle is just the extra EXP. If I look at exactly what Treasure Turtle has, it's just some poison. It's not a lot of DPS, so definitely beatable. I think we'll go for the extra EXP here. I would say this cannon is falling off, and this is very replaceable, the cannon itself. We do need to upgrade our port right now, because our port is a little bit doesn't have enough, I would say, reload. So when you upgrade it, you get more reloads, and we're kind of using our ammo pretty fast right now. I think here will work at the docks. Is Bayonetta better than cannon? It might be, gives you 5 crits. You'd also run a Fang. I don't think cannon is that crazy here, so I'm definitely fine to consider the alternative. It's interesting. So there are some items that are for characters that are not in the game yet. So it's kind of rare to see, but I mean, it's rare to see any particular one, but not rare to encounter them in a run. And it's interesting because then you have to like, oh, I've not seen this item before. What is it? What can I use it for something or whatnot? So this is an item I've not seen all too often.
Come on in. Let's chat.
Upgraded cannon is 75 damage. Upgrade bayonet is okay too. It's 1 gold essentially. It's pretty free. The cannon I think we're mostly out of. It would go up to 200 though, 200 damage. A little bit more burn. It's 8 gold for this though. I guess I'm not in love with spending that much. Water Well's pretty good if you're going poison build, but we're not doing anything of that nature at the moment, so.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
I should warn you, I'm not like other Jabarians.
Yeah, so he's going full crook here. So our harpoon is not doing anything. Very close here. Very, very close, but not enough.
Got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
We need an upgraded port and a little bit more crits. I think we'll be pretty good. I actually messed up, right? I should have sold this to get the random ammo item. That's a mistake on my part. But yeah.
This is more fun.
I'm not gonna commit to any of this here. Harpoon took free strike like a hero. Yeah. Unfortunately, Cove does not make the sell item higher, which I think it should, but it doesn't, so. Upgrade your leftmost weapon. Probably will be the knives here.
Haha. Now this will inspire the crew.
I don't know if there's any small items. I might just take the gold equal to your level. Shouldn't bayonet be left a repeater? Yeah, that's one consideration. It's definitely faster. Yeah, and it's not gonna run out because I have port. Yeah, you're right.
Over already? We barely got our flags up.
I was still kind of thinking it would run out, but you're right, it won't really run out, so that's a super fair point. So we can add freeze into our build, or we can look for a port. Those are like the two options. I think I'll look for a freeze in the build. When you use an aquatic weapon item, haste a weapon. We're already getting a lot of haste from this. I think we'll just take the freeze here. Sell burn items or sell regular items. We're not into burn, so these just end up being a little bit more expensive. Don't know how interested I am in sell burn items. I think I'm just gonna go for our regular items here.
People first, profit 10.
This sometimes is money. Most of the time it is money.
Yeah, if that doesn't work out for you, come back for a
Let's get out of this. Wonder if the crit's better than the lifesteal. Maybe not.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
Are you sure? Have you noticed I'm huge?
Yeah. Another lifesteal build. This time we do have harpoon, which could matter. Right, taking out the bird here is a pretty important part of the combo. And we're also gonna take out the succulents. So this is a lot worse of a trigger. So I think we can get there, yeah. This is the issue. We have a regular port. We need an upgraded port. Cause our port is an upgraded port would give us more ammo per reload, so we wouldn't run out of ammo this quickly. So if we can find a way to upgrade our yeah, this is perfect. Here. So now we're gonna get 2 ammo per reload, so we shouldn't be having those major issues. Do we have any slow? I guess we skipped the slow option, I think. So we could go sell aquatic items. Okay, so this is better. This is already better. So that's why this is very good, right? Now we have freeze in our build. And that's one of the reasons why this can really work out. Now you have freeze as well. We are rich like Pygmalion. Yeah, that's how I play. I try to make every hero have a lot of income, because then you can make decisions where if you don't take those mountain passes to get income, right, you just end up not having any money in the late game, and you lose so much options because there'll be like a really good item but it costs 32 gold and you can't afford it, right? So those type of things we want to avoid. I think I'm gonna look for slow skills. The reason why is because there's always a chance of slow into freeze, like this, which is always nice pickup. But we can also do slow 2 items every time you use the port, or the first time you use the port. But I think slow into freeze is usually what I want to pick up. There's other ways to find freeze, and then we can slow into freeze. Sell items is fine here. From what I see, there isn't really a concept of aggressive leveling. There is. You can spend your money to buy levels, essentially. There's a lot of opportunities to buy levels. So if you wanna, you can just go to those events alone and just keep buying levels that way. It's not like super aggressive leveling, but that's like the idea there.
Sad to say goodbye.
That's such a good pull. Yeah, it's a fantastic pull. So now we have access to this. This will be freezing 3 items for 2 seconds. And you can see the port being leveled up. It's a lot less likely we run out, right? Our repeater was kind of just running out very quickly. Chimera is pretty good. Don't know if I'd use it instead here. It does activate the freeze at the beginning of the turn. So we can either go sell large items or look for the upgraded port, or we can here and look for the upgraded harpoon, or we could just take money. Also kind of works. I'm kind of down to... I feel like just taking money, but I don't. I have so much money. I'm down to look at for medium items. If you're running a burn build, this used to be OP, but they nerfed it, so it's not OP anymore. These are not necessary for us right now. Same thing. This is interesting. I do like checking it when I have time. Don't know if I'm running Pedrock anymore. So it costs you 8 gold, but you can sell it for 4, and you get a random item. Right, so this sells for 4, so you're not spending any money, and you get to check like you get a random item. Maybe it works for your build. So and it also actually gives you money because I have a cove, so it's actually super fair point too. Ammo skills can be really important. This is like where the build really becomes good if you can find the right ammo skills. This is not exactly the right ammo skills. Burn 3, give it crit chance, 1 max ammo is not really needed with ports. So it's either I get some burn in my build but not super crazy, or I get some crit chance in my build. Also not super crazy. No flashy reload. Yeah, flashy reload means that you'd probably be able to not need port, which gives you a lot more room, right, to add like extra things into your build. I think the crit probably better than the burn. The burn's not really gonna carry us. You could add like what, 60 burn? No, I'll take the crits, I think. So we can upgrade our leftmost item. So we can either upgrade our port, which I think is actually super fair, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. So we'll just have the diamond port. It recharges 3 ammo, so our repeater and our throwing knives should have a lot of shouldn't run out of ammo basically, but we'll see.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on
The ammo skills that slows on ammo is crazy good. Yeah, we actually skipped it this run. We could have picked it up, but we skipped it. So you can see the freeze potion is just doing a lot, right? As well as the repeater and the knives. So you can see our build is getting online. It feels kind of good here. We're able to deal with this fairly easily. So we got a slingshot. Not a bad item, but doesn't really matter in the context of the game. There's not a lot of weapons we'd pick up here. Like, repeater and knives is pretty much all you need. So we could go for gumball machines. They're free because we have Cove. So we buy it, we sell it. It costs 1, but you'll get the 1 back in the form of the Cove. Or we could just get 300 or 275 health. This can give you crits. This can give you a little bit of health, a little bit of damage. It's not super bad. It's not super good either, but it's not super bad. I can definitely see just getting the health as well. I could definitely see that being the argument either way. But I think crit chance is pretty important for the build, so we're gonna spend some resources for it. So the blue is the crit chance. So blues are what you want. Every blue is, wow, we're high rolling out here. As soon as I talk about it, we're gonna low roll. Yeah. Alright. That's actually 5 crit chance is actually fantastic. To just get blindly. Just 5 crit here, so yeah. Very nice setup. I think I'm gonna... Are there any small or large items I would pick up here? This is the question. I don't actually know if there are any. It feels like we're kind of just looking for skills. Ooh, wow, that's actually really good. Okay, Vanessa's amulet is pretty good here. Definitely better than the bayonet. So it gives your items 40% crit chance. That's really good because when you crit, you use this. And crit is just extra damage. So you lose a little bit of like a little DPS, but you get way more here. Bedrock replaced with 5 gumballs. That is currently true. So this is our only DPS, but these are the main 2 you need. They're both diamond, so, and they'll be scaling, so
Clean.
kind of clean.
Professional. Requesting backup. Now.
Pathetic. As spineless as a jellyfish.
Yeah, so skills are definitely
You have great
the most important part right now for us. If you burn, you freeze. 4% every fight is very good. This is also decent, but this is just gonna give us some perma scaling. I'm super down for that.
skills are not weapons. A blade can prune a garden.
So we can get 10 damage and 5% crits. We lose about 300 health. This should definitely get lower. But yeah. Think I'm still gonna do it. Damage is really what's gonna carry us. Buying EXP at this point is also fairly good.
I've heard some there. You won't believe who I met the other day.
My fight isn't with
Diamond
you.
port to generate another freeze potion would be fantastic, yeah.
My people.
We can run double freeze.
Boring.
Yeah, so this is a scary aggression build. But oh, and he has Gorgon. But we're still kind of fast. Yeah. That was very scary.
You fall like a boulder.
So that's the issue of like not having enough health. You might just get bursted down cuz we're not super fast. It takes like 6 or so seconds for us to really get in there.
So, whose tea can I
Oh, what did we generate? We generated a revolver. Okay.
Don't tell anyone I told you this.
Experience.
300 HP max. It does. Arms dealer, but it's very late. Freeze is probably way better.
The Bazaar is a rabid beast.
So we could spend more. We could spend more health for more damage and crits. Is that worth it? Or we could just take more EXP. Those are the 2 options. think I'm gonna just do more damage and crit. So this is a new encounter. It can give you a lot of money, but we have a lot of money, so it's not super really relevant for us.
See that plank? Walk it.
Self-freeze skills is usually pretty great.
Yes, Freya sells eyes, but I'm far easier on the eyes.
So we can freeze for longer. We can gain some crit chance. We're already gaining crit chance from a lot of other places, though. I think we'll go for freeze for longer, actually. Okay, skills unique to Vanessa is also pretty good. More crit chance. This isn't pretty good. This isn't pretty good. When your enemy has more wealth, your weapons have your cooldown reduced is actually pretty good because we are pretty low health. So Berserker might actually be pretty strong. Kind of leaning Berserker, yeah. Upgrade your aquatic probably makes the most sense. We don't need more max ammo. Yeah, so this will make the harpoon a bit faster.
Now this.
All right, so we have to keep remembering to sell so that we get the random item here. So this is probably what's activating the knives. Like this is activating here into back
I may
into
be
itself.
young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
So kind of similar to us, just not as much damage. But well, or so, yeah. So the harpoon kills off his knives, which kills off his engine. So
Bravery without
that was
strength
pretty
is a
much
sword
enough to
without
win.
blade.
72 crit is max? No. You can get past 100 crit. We're getting 4 perma crit every fight. So we're just slowly gaining crit. But we're trying to go up to 100. We found a Uzi. We'll look at tools. Is there any tool I would pick up? I do not know. I don't think there is. I mean, let's take a look. Maybe there is.
I make the things.
Early on, this is good, but at this point, no. Yeah. I don't want to buy any of this.
It's okay to just browse.
I'll just buy EXP here. Lord of the Waste is pretty weak and not usually like one of the easier to deal with enemies.
The desert wind.
Yeah, crit can go over 100.
The Outlander way is truth. Someday you will see.
Waste of gunpowder.
So that is a lot of money. So all of our weapons are upgraded. We're just gonna get more EXP here. Ooh, more free skills. We're definitely gonna pick
Can
that
I
up.
help you?
First time you crit freeze. We already have one, right? So this will just increase the freeze. First time you burn freeze. When you freeze, reload an item. That's not needed. It's cute though. I think we'll just go longer freeze at this point. The burn is unlikely. What is this? Enchanted item with haste effects. This deals quadruple crit damage. Not for us, but cool. I don't think I've gotten that pure event like a haste enchanting. So we could do either knives or repeater. Probably knives. Knives is the fastest. Oh, I should. Oh, maybe I should have enchanted the I could have enchanted the amulet as well. I was just thinking I'm not keeping the amulet, but the amulet will do haste start of turn, which could be relevant. This thing is just pew 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 pew.
Land legs make you predictable. You move in straight lines.
Alright, we're gonna go for... Well, let's check what we got. We got a bottled lightning. 250 damage, 10 burn. Not super relevant for our build right now. Haste cooldown slow items could be good. But it's hard to change this build right now because the amulet is giving us a lot of the initial crit. But it is possible to change it. I'm not like super... I don't really love getting Jules Cafe or any of these two, so we'll just go here. Turbo grenade. It's okay. Ooh, Tropical Island is fantastic. Always a big fan of Tropical Islands. So the reason being is it will give you coconut or citrus, which can give you regen and health. So this is one... Vanessa struggles with max health. This is one of the ways to get it. So pretty big fan of that. It also works with Cove pretty well. I guess we're not going to play Bottle Lightning in pretty much any game. More gumballs seems pretty good. Try to get more free crits. Extra crit here. No crit here. So we've already low road compared to the first time we went. For some reason I can't sell this one. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the main menu then. Usually if you're having issues like that, Gumball is one of those events that can cause like desync issues. I don't know, just the notion of buying tons of small items maybe is causing issues, so we'll see. Alright, now we can sell it. Alright, we hit level 15. Sometimes it's 16, this time it's 15. You get a choice of 3 enchants. So we can either enchant with heal, enchant with poison, or enchant with lifesteal. I think repeater with lifesteal is pretty good, considering that one of our weaknesses is we get bursted down. So if you give the repeater lifesteal, we won't the chance to get bursted is a lot lower. I do actually wonder what Vanessa with lifesteal, Vanessa Amulet with lifesteal is. And I probably want to check that actually. So if you give it lifesteal, it will what will it do? Oh, you can't give it lifesteal. Life has turbo. Life has turbo, so I don't want to give it to the knife already. More connection issues. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can give the amulet's lifesteal. We can try. Oh, it says give a weapon, and this is not a weapon, so yeah, it wouldn't work anyways. So now we have lifesteal, so we have a little bit of life regen. In case like they're rushing us down but they don't have lifesteal, then we can kind of beat them as well. So it's a pretty good answer. We still struggle against big freeze. We do have our own freeze though, but we would also struggle into it.
See that plank?
Battery is usually pretty good. But right now we don't need it. It's not that good for us. But it's usually pretty good, something to consider. When you crit, you gain more damage. Parting shot is more crit. Haste your poison items and your weapons gain 2. So we could go for more damage when you crit, which is pretty good. Honestly, I'm gonna pick it up.
My skills are not wet.
More free skills for sure. When you freeze, you give your weapons 10 damage. I'm kind of okay with that. Like more damage, I think is pretty good. We don't have access to burn right now, so I'm not super invested in burn. So you can see like we've been picking up these coconuts. That's 30 max health, right? So for Vanessa, that's like fairly significant. I'm gonna sell this as well.
It's hard to dislike a paying customer, but I'm up to the challenge.
Yeah, 4 damage is not the riveting endorsement of a level up thing. And then max ammo we don't really need. You could say like Repeater could actually use max ammo. Like you just could make that, but it's not that serious, so I'm just gonna go for EXP. Because Repeater's like the only one that like sometimes can go down all the way down, but it's not too common. Yeah. So you see we lose some health and then the repeater goes and we go back to full.
All cannon, no ball.
So that's the nice thing about having like a good base of health to not get bursted down, because we're a little slow. That'd be our main weakness. But we do have a lot of other things going for us here. So this is the home stretch. We are 9 wins. We're looking for 10. More skills at this point is very powerful for us. When you use a tool, we do think we have a tool. We don't have a tool here, so no tools. When you use a large item, you slow. So when I use this, I'll slow 4 items for 5 seconds, which is not bad. When you use item, you get more damage and then more damage. Right now, like, damage isn't our concern at all. It's really just like, are we getting killed before we get to do anything? So net launcher is not bad. Slowing 4 items is pretty good, so I'm gonna pick that up. We don't need more money still, so we're just gonna pick that up. We also have slow freeze skill. True. Yes, that's also true. We also have the slow freeze skill, so it adds another freeze to our board. And these are like some of the things you have to like keep in mind. Oh, you have the slow freeze skill with this skill, with this work, like this works with this skill. Like, yeah, you kind of have to like kind of do that mentally at some point. Don't want to pay 700 health for 10 damage and 5 crit chance. No, not at this point. They're at 98 right now, so I really don't feel the need. I'll just go for the EXP. I think gumballs are still okay to pick up. So you can see like we bought the cove and we haven't had to use it, right? So the reason why like this build isn't very like expensive, because you end up getting a lot of your resources from the port itself, right? The port gave us this and we got this for free as well, so we didn't have to pay for that as well, a diamond item that we're using. So we really haven't had to spend a lot of resources. So because of that, we just have a ton of money with the early income. Not all games are going to be this free or like this, like not like this cheap, I guess. But for us, we do get that benefit. This is potentially the last fight. I don't mind getting a temporary boost here, considering that the other options aren't particularly that much better. So we can go for 700 health, or we can go for 25 damage for our 2 weapons. I think we have enough damage, so I'm still going to go for the health. Getting bursted down is our main concern. So we get the 30 max health here, and then we'll look for the final fights. Theoretically, even if we lose, we will go down. Even though we go down to 0 health, we'll go back up to 1, and we'll get an extra final day. But if we win, then we win. So he looks like a very similar build to us, but we do have freeze. So it looks like our freeze is going to be the difference maker, yeah. So us having this frost potion and all these early freeze skills that we pick up earlier is the difference here in this final battle to get a clean win. As well as we also have regen, to be fair. Like, we have other, like, insurances. We also have regen, so if it's just a DPS off, as long as we have similar-ish DPS, we'd also just regen his damage. So we'd be good. And then we also have like all these freeze mechanics, right? So even if he's trying to do it, and then on top of that, we also have the harpoon. So let's say we couldn't DPS him, we can eventually harpoon his dagger, and then we'd also win there. So there's like 3 different angles we have in the fight, as long as we don't get bursted down super quickly to win. So a very clean 10-win gold victory. We're using ammo build, early port, well, early repeater and turbo knives into the early port, and then diamond port gives us a lot of the ammo so that we don't have to worry about it. We got the frost potion, so we're pretty good. And then during the mid to late game, we were picking up a lot of these skills to give us a little bit of insurance. A lot of the skills were very freeze focused. We have this freeze for 10 when you crit. We have this freeze of, when we poison, we don't have poison. We have the haste, we have the freeze, we have the slow, we have the freeze, and then we have all these haste mechanics as well, with double haste on the extraction rush for the port and the harpoon, as well as the flurry of blows. Every time you use a weapon, you haste the other weapon. So you use this weapon, you'll haste the dagger. You use the dagger, you'll haste the repeater. So they just get really, really fast, really quick. And then we just have all this scaling stuff with the iron sharpens iron and the crit increase to increase damage on top of the shatter for extra damage, the temper for extra damage, and then the improvised weaponry for extra damage. So that is the build there.